Under the Bodhi tree, Buddha sat, surrounded by seekers yearning for wisdom to resolve their worldly struggles and conflicts. A merchant, fraught with bitterness, approached, lamenting the deceit and competition plaguing his trade and relationships with his colleagues. The soft rustling of leaves mingled with distant calls of birds. Buddha opened his eyes, his gaze calm and penetrating. He tirelessly mended torn cloth, charging nothing but gratitude, bringing warmth to families during harsh, unforgiving winters. He continued. A merchant once traveled far to acquire rare silks, promising wealth and success to his household upon his return. In the stillness of the night, your hearts remain heavy with thoughts unyielding, he continued. His disciples nodded, their expressions filled with longing for peace. Let me share with you the path to a tranquil mind, Buddha proclaimed. In the village of Magadha, I met a farmer named Aruna. He began the tale. Buddha paused, allowing his words to echo in the minds of his listeners. Sowing seeds of reflection and inquiry, the workplace mirrors the village. Where struggles are threads and kindness weaves harmony amidst the tangled fabric of toil, Buddha explained. To rise above petty conflicts and selfish ambitions. Cultivate compassion. As the lotus blooms unstained in muddy waters, the merchant before Buddha lowered his gaze, as did others who silently connected their burdens to Buddha's teaching. A carpenter spoke next, troubled by rivalry among peers competing for recognition and favor from their supervisors and clients. Buddha welcomed his tale, his composure unwavering, reflecting an ocean of understanding for human struggles and triumphs. In another realm, there was a grove of trees, diverse in size, strength, and beauty, rooted together through time. Buddha began. The tallest tree cast the longest shadows, sheltering others yet also fostering resentment as resources dwindled beneath its dominance. He said, the weaker trees, starved for sunlight, sought vengeance, conspiring to fell the towering figure they once admired and relied upon. A storm arrived, fierce and unrelenting, threatening destruction. Yet, united, the trees intertwined their roots to withstand the wrath. Through unity, compassion, and sacrifice, the grove survived. Renewed by cooperation that overcame jealousy and discord, Buddha concluded. Leadership in the workplace resembles the tallest tree, offering shelter without oppressive shadows, fostering growth through nurturing humility. The carpenter nodded, his resolve evident as he pledged to soften his heart and strengthen bonds with those around him. Buddha turned his attention to a potter, hesitant yet yearning to speak. Burdened by unacknowledged contributions and unappreciated efforts, the potter confessed, my colleagues fail to see my struggles, leaving me weary and disheartened as my cries go unheard. Buddha extended his hand, gesturing to the clay vessels neatly arranged nearby, crafted by the potter's skilled and patient hands. Every vessel holds within it the potter's breath, the touch of resilience, and the wisdom of shaping with purpose. Buddha said, but if cracks form unnoticed, the vessel collapses, spilling its contents. To endure, it requires repair, attention, and care. Buddha continued. In your workplace, burdens unnoticed are stones hidden in satchels, weighing down your spirit and hindering the flow of harmony. Buddha smiled gently, offering guidance that carried not blame but empowerment to the weary potter seeking solace and understanding. Speak your needs openly, share your struggles willingly, and you will find hands reaching to lift your load together. Compassion grows where vulnerability is embraced, where burdens are not hidden, and where trust strengthens the bonds of shared purpose. The grove grew still, the disciples absorbing the profound simplicity of his wisdom. Recall the joys and blessings of your day. Let them fill your heart with warmth before you sleep, Buddha urged. Compassion is not a single act but a living thread, woven into every interaction. binding individuals into harmonious existence. Buddha proclaimed. His disciples, merchants, craftsmen, and workers alike, bowed deeply, their hearts filled with newfound purpose and understanding. The mind is a garden. Tend to it with care before the night, for it grows the dreams of your sleep, he concluded. Another day, under the shelter of the Bodhi tree, Buddha sat with his disciples. The air calm yet thoughtful. Ananda approached, his face clouded with frustration, his heart heavy with the unshared burdens he carried within their communal tasks. Master, Ananda began, I toil tirelessly while my brothers ignore the weight of responsibilities I bear, leaving me to struggle alone. Buddha listened, his silence comforting, then beckoned Ananda to sit, his eyes revealing both sympathy and the seed of a lesson. Ananda, Buddha said softly, carry this satchel, handing him a small bag filled with smooth yet weighty stones. Puzzled but obedient, Ananda slung the satchel over his shoulder, its surprising weight causing him to falter momentarily. The night deepened, filled with the quiet hum of nature, echoing the serenity of the teachings. For hours, the disciples sat or lay silently, their restfulness emanating from the wisdom shared. Observe, Buddha said, his voice steady. The potter works alone, without complaint. Yet how would you act if his arms faltered? I would assist. Master, Ananda answered, though confusion lingered, his gaze shifting between the potter and the satchel's weight. Buddha's words carried through their dreams, a soft reminder of their path to inner peace. The grove became a sanctuary, its air imbued with the essence of understanding and calm. Under the canopy of stars, a new rhythm of life began to beat within them. The moments stretched, timeless yet fleeting, as the disciples immersed themselves in awareness. Their burdens are shared, their struggles visible. Ananda listened intently, his steps heavier with each word, his understanding inching closer yet still incomplete in the moment. The disciples awoke the next morning, their minds rested, their faces serene. They gazed at Buddha with reverence, their gratitude boundless. If a burden is unseen, Ananda, it cannot be shared, Buddha said. Speak your struggles, and hearts will respond openly. The mind, at peace, reflects the divine nature of existence, he said softly. His disciples bowed, their spirits luminous with the clarity of his wisdom. This satchel, Ananda, represents burdens unspoken, hidden stones we silently endure, believing others indifferent or unable to help. Buddha explained, if you lighten the weight by sharing its stones with others, you will find their hands willing, their spirits ready. Buddha continued, each stone removed is a bond strengthened, a thread woven into the fabric of shared purpose and compassionate understanding. Buddha said. He handed Ananda a single stone, his gesture inviting Ananda to extend the metaphor, offering it to those around him. Buddha's wisdom became the spark for countless transformations, spreading the light of peace. The grove, once silent, now hummed with the resonance of shared understanding and connection. Buddha addressed the disciples, his voice resonating through the grove, a gentle beacon guiding them toward harmony and mutual respect. In the workplace, burdens unnoticed are stones, weighing heavily upon spirits without relief, straining connections and fostering silent despair. Buddha said, to cultivate compassion, one must remove the stones, allow vulnerability to replace stoic silence, and build trust through open sharing. Buddha proclaimed, unity grows where burdens are visible, where hands reach freely to lift, and where hearts bond through mutual purpose. Buddha continued, the early morning light bathed the grove, and a gentle breeze swayed the bamboo leaves. Buddha observed their expressions and sensed an air of curiosity mixed with restlessness. My dear friends, you seek wisdom not just in wakefulness but in the realms of your dreams. Buddha began. Dreams, like ripples in a pond, Reveal the depths of your thoughts and emotions, he continued, his voice steady and calm. The disciples leaned in closer, their minds eager for insight. Ananda spoke, his voice tinged with uncertainty. Another day, and another disciple would come, seeking wisdom from Buddha, their hearts and minds ready to learn and grow. Another day, Buddha and his disciples visited a patron's home, where a grand feast was prepared to honor their presence. The air was thick with the aroma of spices, and servants bustled about, ensuring every detail was flawlessly arranged. As they settled, a young servant stumbled, dropping a tray of delicacies, the food scattering across the polished floor. As a young prince, I once dreamt of a field of flowers consumed by an unquenchable fire, he recounted. The disciples listened intently, imagining the vivid scene he described. Buddha observed silently, his calm presence starkly contrasting the tension that filled the room. His gaze resting gently on the patron. Patron, Buddha said softly, his voice a balm to the unease. May I ask you something about the trees outside? The patron, still fuming, hesitated before nodding, curiosity breaking through his anger. As the room fell silent in anticipation. When the sun sets, where do you find shelter from the night's cold and the dew's dampness? Buddha asked. The patron, puzzled, replied, under the canopy of the large trees that line my garden, offering shade and protection. Buddha continued, if the tree bore no leaves, would you still seek refuge under its branches from the elements? Yes, Master, the patron admitted. Even its bare trunk would shield me somewhat, though less than its full canopy. Buddha's serene gaze softened further, his words flowing like a gentle stream, reaching the hearts of all present. Like the tree, leadership offers shelter to those beneath it, even when they falter or stand bare in imperfection. The patron lowered his head slightly, the sharpness of his earlier words replaying in his mind, stirring shame and reflection. When dreams arise, ask yourself what emotions or attachments do they bring to light. Buddha instructed, dreams can guide you, but only if you approach them with mindfulness and detachment, he added, his voice steady. Buddha smiled, his warmth enveloping the room, as he extended his teaching to encompass both the patron and his household. Leadership, like a tree, is not defined by moments of prosperity but by its unwavering support during times of challenge. Harshness strips away leaves of trust, leaving only shadows of fear, but kindness nurtures loyalty that strengthens over time. The patron, deeply moved, stood and bowed to the servant, offering an apology that carried both sincerity and visible regret. The servant's trembling eased, and gratitude filled his eyes as he bowed in return. A fragile bond mended through humility. Buddha addressed the gathering, his voice resonant with wisdom, planting seeds of compassion in the fertile ground of their minds. In the workplace, mistakes are like fallen leaves. They are opportunities for growth, not reasons to withhold the gift of shelter. Compassionate leadership grows loyalty. Just as a tree's patient shade sustains life even in the harshest of conditions. Subhut. Your dream of the mountain may urge you to let go of attachments and find peace in impermanence, he suggested. The disciples exchanged glances, their hearts resonating with the teachings. Later, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden light upon the trees, the lesson lingered in the serene air. The patrons and disciples departed with lighter spirits, carrying Buddha's teachings like seeds to be sown in their workplaces and homes. Another day, and another lesson awaited, as Buddha's wisdom continued to ripple through lives, fostering compassion and interconnectedness across the land. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.